Is a naked body art or a scandal? In Italy, the answer stands in stone. We flinch, we stare, we breathe. Marble outlives modesty, craft tames discomfort. In galleries, the nude speaks. Stay. By the end, you'll know why it's Italy's most powerful idea. No clothes. Art? The thought can strike like a flash of lightning in the hushed reverence of a gallery hall. Imagine this scene. A visitor, perhaps you, steps across the polished marble floor of a Florentine museum, the air cool and still around them. Your eyes adjust to the soft, focused light, and there it stands, a classical figure, idealized, entirely unadorned. For a moment, the world outside vanishes. A sudden intake of breath, a nervous giggle from another, a few averted gazes, the first ripples of reaction. This jolt, modern sensibilities colliding with ancient expression, is more than surprise. It begins a dialogue. Why has Italy placed the unclothed body at the heart of its artistic story? It strips away daily filters and asks us a direct question. We're used to the body as private or commercial. Art reframes it, and that can feel jarring. The museum's silence amplifies the encounter. The cool stone, the rich oils, they do not speak of fashion or status. They speak of anatomy, of posture, of the universal human condition in a frozen moment. It's not about a lack of clothing. It's an abundance of meaning. Between gut reaction and context, the art's purpose emerges. This happens daily in the Uffizi, the Borghese, and countless Italian halls. Each visitor arrives with their own history. The gasp is not judgment, it's expectation being reset. Architecture, distance, and craft turn surprise into contemplation. To understand Italy's embrace of the nude, we must travel back in time, long before the Renaissance, to the worlds of ancient Greece and Rome. For these civilizations, the unclothed human body symbolized the highest ideals: health, purity, heroism, and a divine connection. Athletes competed without attire, honoring the gods with human excellence. Sculptors saw not a naked person but a perfect form, a harmony of proportion and balance, reflecting a divinely ordered universe. These figures embodied ideas, truth, virtue, victory, a public language everyone understood. Marble became a vessel for the spirit of civilization. Roman copies preserved Greek philosophy. Artists mastered anatomy, seeking idealized realism beyond any single body. Smooth athletic lines, serene divinity, sculpted to inspire awe and civic pride. Displayed in forums, temples, and baths, a constant reminder of core values. Removing clothes removed status, leaving universal form and meaning. Though ideals faded after Rome's fall, they never disappeared. Buried statues waited like seeds for rediscovery. Texts and memory kept their anagogic power alive. The Renaissance was not a beginning, but a continuation. Today's marble bodies carry the DNA of a worldview where the body was a triumph. Context lets us see beyond nudity. The work becomes an emblem of ideas, worthy of celebration, study, and immortality in stone. The Renaissance, a rebirth, explosive creativity powered by rediscovered antiquity. As texts and statues resurfaced, a profound shift occurred. Focus expanded to human potential, intellect, creativity, man as the measure of all things. The body became a subject of scientific and artistic inquiry. Leonardo and Michelangelo didn't copy, they questioned, measured, understood. They studied muscle, bone, sinew, transforming the nude into empirical truth. Michelangelo's David, beauty, accuracy, and living tension in stone. Every muscle tensed, every vein alive with focused energy. This isn't nudity for its own sake. It's mastery. Artists use the body to tell of divine grace and profound suffering. Many nudes were sacred narratives: creation, sin, redemption. They balanced science and spirit, imbuing faith with human realism. This era cemented the nude as high art's cornerstone. Life drawing became essential training, an intellectual discipline, not a moral scandal. Art, science, philosophy converged on the body, a microcosm of the universe. Italian museums aren't warehouses. They're designed to foster respect and reflection. Curators are silent storytellers, framing sensitive works with care. Placement, pedestal height, and open space signal importance and invite respectful distance. Light sculpts attention, directing our eye to form, texture, and craft. Shadows give stone depth, turning it into a presence. Labels bridge viewer and work. Title, artist, date, context. Learning a piece is myth or allegory reframes nudity with story and symbolism. Simple advisory notices help diverse audiences prepare. Quiet footsteps, hushed tones, no flash. Shared decorum encourages meditation. Ambient echoes and collective focus create a communal appreciation. Through space, light, information, and etiquette, the museum gently guides us from shock to understanding. As art evolved, so did the body's role. Modern artists use the nude to challenge conventions and ask hard questions. The body becomes social and political commentary. No longer bound to myth, the figure explores identity, gender, power, vulnerability. Modigliani's melancholic nudes traded perfection for psychology. Others shocked to confront society, consumerism, and objectification. In Milan, fragmented forms, stark photography, even performance divide audiences by design. Curators place new works beside old masters, sparking dialogue across centuries. The subject stays constant, the questions evolve. The body remains a potent symbol and mirror of our time. Millions visit Italy each year, bringing diverse beliefs and expectations. Surprise, embarrassment, even offense, filtered through culture. Yet here, the body can be civic pride or serene centerpiece. Museums guide beyond first impressions. Labels, audio, and shared reactions add context. Schoolchildren sketch, locals admire. The nude reads as genius, not scandal. Some play, some contemplate, some debate. Many are awed by sheer craft. Initial shock fades into appreciation. Visitors leave inspired, not scandalized. Italy's museums foster empathy, showing how beauty and shock shift across cultures. After shock fades and context sinks in, a question follows us from cool halls to busy streets. Before a classical statue or Renaissance figure, do we see the body or the artist's line, emotion, and allegory? Our answer reveals our perspective more than the art. When modern works provoke, do we dismiss the shock or ask which convention is being questioned? Italy offers a spectrum, serene ancient ideals to raw contemporary questions. The body as vessel for hopes and anxieties. It has represented gods, advanced science, protested injustice, asking not for approval, but attention. What did you notice first when you saw a nude statue, the body or the story behind it? If you enjoyed this, explore more on global trends in travel, why museums whisper, and Renaissance in 10 cities.